I didn't think I'd ever be a homeowner. It is just not possible with this economy. This is a tiny house on wheels, but we did have to take the wheels off per the county. I think there's maybe 8 or 9 colors on the outside of my house, and I'm very much okay with that. Who can say that they have too much storage in their tiny house? The total cost of my house was $165,000, but I do have a secret for you. I'm small, and so a tiny house just makes sense. I don't need a big house. A big house means more things that I can't afford. It was a no-brainer for me, a tiny home. Hi, my name is Kayle, and this is my dog Ollie. Welcome to my tiny home. I love tiny homes. I watch so many tiny home videos and things on TV, and it's so hard not to fall in love with them. And I knew I could probably afford a tiny home. I just really loved the idea of being able to create my dream home and be able to move it wherever I wanted to and to have that freedom. My tiny house is 10 by 30, and then I have a 4-foot porch extension off of my bedroom, and it's the typical 13.6, I think, height. This is a tiny house on wheels, but once I moved to my permanent space here in Arizona, we did have to take the wheels off per the county. So the wheels are under the house, and this is just a skirting to make it look more like a permanent structure. And I was really going for a vintage, antique, painted ladies type look. I wanted color. I think there's maybe 8 or 9 colors on the outside of my house, and I'm very much okay with that. So even just starting at the front door, I wanted a screen door that kind of looked like a cottage. I don't really know how to explain my style other than vintage, antique, dollhouse. I don't know. Well, you'll see when you get inside. I love purple. I love blues. I love ruffles. You'll see ruffles on the outside and the inside. So whatever style that is, that's what I like. It all started when I was laying in my bed in Northern California, and I got a text that there was a tiny home in my town at the farmer's market, and I had to go see it. I was so excited. I go to the farmer's market and I meet this woman named Lindsay Wood, and she is the tiny home lady. She is a tiny home expert, and she told me about this tiny home fest that was going on, and I went and I met a couple builders. I met Lifescape Builders in Temecula, California. I fell in love with their house. There was so much character, there was so much color, and I said, here we go, take my money, build my house. And obviously they delivered. I mean, this is incredibly beautiful. Everything just worked out really perfectly because I knew exactly what I wanted, and I was not going to compromise because I have worked so hard for this house, and I got my dream house, and I am so thankful for everything that Lifescape did to give me my dream. This was my builder's first ever porch that they made. This was something in my original design. I wanted a porch off of my bedroom, and I wanted a swing. I love that my builder had a homemade, handmade swing just for me, and I love to swing here. It is very calming. As you can tell, I have a beautiful view. There's still a lot more to come because I haven't been here for very long. I just thought there wasn't really anything for me in California. I thought this was a time to really start over. I really missed my family.
We live in Pierce, Arizona on 11 acres of land, and our house is on the same property as Kayle's. Our house is about 2 acres away.
Hearing Kayle say that she wanted to come live on our property to me was a little bit shocking because up until that point she hadn't express any interest in living here. But then she started talking about this tiny house that she wanted to have built. Living here would be a lot more affordable for her to put her tiny house on our property. She already, along with her brother, owns all the property alongside with us. It's wonderful. I love having her here. And I don't want to get choked up about it. We're very close. We have a very, very special relationship. And it's heartwarming to me. It's just wonderful. Just having Kayle here has just enriched my life like tenfold.
I love you. I love you too.
Hey, what about me?
I give you a hug too.
You give the best bear hugs.
And then as we move on, this is my backyard that will be fenced in with some fake grass because we don't have real grass here in Arizona. And I think it's really important for my dog to have grass here. I'm excited. I'm excited to make this area a lot more homey than it is currently. Also, as you may have noticed, I have solar panels because we are completely off-grid here, so it's pretty cool. I have 10 solar panels on my roof, which is a lot, but it's always better to have more. This is the not so cute end of the house. This is where I have my propane tank. I have my solar cabinet. This is where the water heater is. I have a tankless water heater, which is really nice, on-demand water heater. This is where I have my mini splits. I have 2 mini splits in the house, which is really convenient. And that is the outside of my tiny house. The total cost of my house was $165,000. $15,000 was for the solar panels. So for the house itself was $150,000, which includes the delivery, the taxes, all of that stuff. So I've only had this house for about 6 months, but every single time someone comes in, I get really giddy because this is my baby and I love this house so much. And they say, it's so much bigger inside than I thought. It looks so much smaller on the outside. It's so tall, I don't feel so cramped. And it makes my heart warm hearing all the compliments. I'm like, you can tell me all the compliments that you want because I love this house. From top to bottom, this is a complete custom build. When you enter in my house, you have a storage place which I put all my shoes. Another big focal point of this whole house is this beautiful wallpaper that I picked out with my builder. I wanted something that really brought in all these colors. We found something that brought in the blues and the purples and all these other colors. And it's very bold, but I absolutely love it. And I totally suggest putting wallpaper in your house if you're going for the vintage antique look, just because it adds so much character. This is obviously the focal point of the house, is the staircase, and that is what I wanted. It is a little bit different than tiny houses. Usually people want the staircase or their ladder kind of tucked away. From the beginning, I wanted my staircase to be the focal point. I wanted it to be the big thing in the house. And I had the pleasure of having Zach and John from Tiny House Revival actually build my staircase. So what's great about this staircase is that all of this is completely full of storage. I wasn't aware I was getting this wardrobe. And so this is where I can do hanging things. I can put really whatever I want in here. And this is where I keep the cutest microwave in the whole world. It matches the color of my kitchen. It matches my whole vintage theme. And then I have my junk drawer. As you can tell, this is where Ollie's food is located. And then these are also just storage. Some of these drawers are not even filled all the way. Who can say that they have too much storage in their tiny house? I don't think anyone has ever said that before, so I am very lucky. Here in my bathroom, this was one of my big splurges in the house. I think everyone needs their few splurges. Mine was this sink. So this is technically a kitchen sink, and it's supposed to be one of the like antique sinks they used in the 40s and the 50s. It is way too big to be in a bathroom, but that's okay because that is what I wanted. I've got a lot of storage under here. And then I've got a 4-foot shower. Having a normal size shower was really important to me. I wasn't interested in having a bathtub, so it is huge. I can move around. There is no lack of space in this shower. I have a normal toilet. I was not interested in getting a compost toilet, and then I have this beautiful stained glass window in here and a beautiful picture of Ollie. There's actually a picture of Ollie in every single room in this house. And I have a stackable washer and dryer, which is very convenient. It is an apartment size washer and dryer, but it holds a lot. And I definitely could not live without a washer and dryer in the house. We are standing in my kitchen right now. It is a U shape. I have purple cabinets. I have a white sparkly counter, which was really big for me. I really wanted sparkles. And all the accents are gold. That was also really important. And then sticking with the antique vintage theme, I have the cross knobs, and we have my vintage fridge. It is an apartment size fridge, but since I live alone, it is never full. And then it is a matching stove, and this is a skinnier stove than usual, but I don't cook a lot, so it's actually perfect. This backsplash has been on my mind for years. I saw this girl on YouTube redo her kitchen in a similar style, and this was her backsplash, and I took a picture of it. This was probably 4 years ago, and I sent it to my builder and I said, this is what I want. And she said, even though it comes in a square, I'm really gonna have to really do each detail. And I said, thank you. I appreciate you. Another great thing that my builder made in the kitchen were 2 Lazy Susans. And I have one here and here, and they're such a great way to add more space and a lot more storage. And so I have a lot of food in this one, and then also under the stairs I have more of a pantry space. So there's really no lack of storage in this house. I opted for the white cabinets for the top because I thought maybe purple cabinets would look too much, but honestly, more purple the better. And that is pretty much my kitchen. As we're leading into the bedroom, you see the arched door. It's a pocket door, so let's come. This is Ollie's favorite place. It is the bed. I have a queen size bed, so you really do not have to compromise with your bed. And what's really great about this bed is that it's not a Murphy bed, but you can lift the mattress up and there's so much storage underneath. And so I would highly recommend that if you're looking for a new bed for a tiny house. It's so much extra storage, and you can always have extra storage in your tiny house. And then all along this wall, these are storage cabinets from IKEA, and this is where I keep the majority of my clothes. They're just push, they come out. All my clothes fit in here. And then around here, I have a full-length wardrobe that holds dresses and anything I want to hang, and then some pull-out drawers. This is also from IKEA, and it has a mirror, so it's kind of dual purpose, which I really like. Really love my bedroom. This is where I spend the majority of my time as well. I love my sleep. These are blackout curtains, and so I can really get a dark room in here. And probably my favorite part of my bedroom is this beautiful wallpaper. I had found this wallpaper online that I was obsessed with. It was the perfect vintage feel that I wanted, but it would be about $300, $400. My builder was fantastic. She was able to find a wallpaper that looked really similar, that was just the blue and white stripes, and then I found these purple flower decals, and she thought that she could put the decals on the wall that matched really similar to the wallpaper that I liked. And she put the decals on, and it wasn't up to her standards. She didn't think it looked good. So instead of giving me a wallpaper that wasn't exactly what I wanted, she stenciled out the flowers, put the stencils on the wallpaper, and then hand painted each flower for me. And it looks absolutely incredible. I look at this wall and just feel the love that my builder had for me. And it is the wallpaper of my dreams, but for a fraction of the price. And that's really what you get with a builder who cares about you so much. Going up the stairs, this is one of the favorite pictures I have in the house. These are all pictures I documented the week that I spent with Zach and John during the Tiny House Revival episode. So I have pictures of behind the scenes. I have a picture of when I first met Zach and John on the Zoom call. I have a picture of them holding Ollie, which is obviously a very special picture for me. I have a couple pictures of when they were building this house, so I can really see the process and the progress that was made with this house. So that was really special for me. And then another great picture is the picture frame that John and I made together. And it's a picture of all four of us, well, 5 of us, including me, at the end of our week together. You're really gonna have to duck your head for this. Welcome to my loft space. In my design from years ago, I always knew I wanted this to be a living room. I couldn't imagine making the loft my bedroom, just waking up and being so crouched and trying to make my bed in a loft space. And so I wanted a really cozy place to have a couch and a TV, and I feel like I made it my perfect living room. I've got these 2 great windows on the side to look out into the beautiful wilderness of Arizona. Ollie really likes looking out these windows as well. Behind me, there's a little bump out that my builders made for me. And I decided to put this really cute dresser that has all my seasonal clothes in it. So whenever it's a new season, I just swap it out, and it's really convenient. Moving into the living room, I have this TV stand. All I did was take out the legs. I have a colorful rug. Like I said, there's never enough color. And for the couch, it's just a normal couch. None of the stuff in my house is like tiny furniture. All I did was make sure that the width of the couch was short enough that even when I took the legs off, pretty much any height person could sit on this couch and be comfortable, which I think is really important. Obviously, when you come into the loft, you have to get on your knees, but you could be 6'5" and sit on this couch. Ollie and I spend a lot of time up here. One of our favorite activities is watching TV, and I spend a lot of time doing puzzles, and it's a very cozy place up here, and I really suggest, if you're thinking about making a loft space, making it into a living room. If you're just beginning to think about tiny homes, I would say go for it. It has been the absolute best experience of my life. It is so freeing to know that I own a house that I never thought was going to be possible. But I do have a secret for you. I never stayed in a tiny house before living in one. But there's only been positives moving here. And I just cannot wait for me to add more to this house and keep making it my own.
If you like this week's episode, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and check back soon because we have new unique home tours publishing all the time. And if you'd like to join our team and get access to members-only content and unique perks, make sure you click on the join button below.